Barely surviving there. Gonna give him a little bit of leeway. That one's clean though. Half HP ripped off him. Molotov heating things up in this engagement as well. Look at the nade on Alpha 7. Oh, that's a huge one. Blows him out of commission, and the pressure is now being applied. Liquid look to close the gap. Alpha 7 up close with the shot. He clapped back instantly, but you've got a barrage of nades being thrown in. You've got to try and play medic, make the right decision on this one. See if the nades will buy enough time for it, but they're pushing up. They've got the side angle. That's a nice connection on the first as well. Drops him to half HP. He knows he can get in and go aggressive on it, Blank.
Ayala's got to go crazy in this moment, playing around the smoke, being ethereal here. Cannot hit the S12K shots, runs out of ammo. Brazilian on Brazilian action here. And Alpha 7 goes down, quickly mopped up by the IHC crew. And now the battle between the rocks and the compound, which is sturdier.
Man, these nades, teaching everyone a lesson right now. Godless with the holy hand grenades, blowing everyone away and causing issues inside the battleground. And now it goes down to this, IHC versus TGB. You got the angle set up, playing off those different positions. IHC have been looking kind of mean in some of these fights, Blank, but both squads looking relatively evenly matched inside of this opening game of the day.
Alula, IHC open things up with an 11 elimination game. But it's TJB that's got to come to them as the circle moves up towards the north side. Can they handle a push like this? The geometry here, fantastic. But already, Flower down from TJB, a bad nade and a bad miss.
Oh, it's going to make it more awkward. Pressure potentially getting to them, and the zone nipping at their heels. Look at the position you've got to play with. It's so uncomfortable. There's basically nothing they can do from this spot, and IHC damn well know it. As they go running on in, and IHC kick off the day with a chicken dinner.
15 elims there. To finish things off, Alula IHC, what a game from them. Topping the charts right now, 66 points after that match.
Then the fight starting to kick off. Power stance is pulled out from every one of them. Vampire finally sink the teeth in as they go aggro. Shots back on target from Alpha 7, causing problems, starting to get them down. Vampire realize they got to play medic, but they've been able to at least clean up on the real core of the issue. Alpha 7 down and out. We rattle off another squad and leave us with 4 remaining.
We're going to test the fortitude here of Power now as they're assaulted on both sides with the solo from Boom behind. And Inco now coming in to claim a piece of the land here that Power has been having an overpowering presence over. So you get up towards the ridge side. How do they play out this game? They've got an awesome compound to work with, but can they have an awesome finish?
Inco, they have the split. They've been so far back for so long, but now the tables turn. The shotgun lying in wait by the doorway for an opportunity. If Power reveal themselves, overcommit onto a fight, if Vampire draw their attention, the backstab, the burst from Inco could cause problems. Al-Haji switched on to it. Boom, down and out. The last man finished off. There's the peak again as they start to strike in. You're causing problems. Power, they're bringing the energy up. Inco lose another man. They're starting to switch on him, Blank.
Power sees everything in this lobby right now. They've got the divining rods here on the player's location. Inco's running away, but Power's not going to let them get away so easily, chasing them down into the smoke. Shrouded they might be, but Power's going to blow a hole.
They jump in the vehicle, they go for the push. The first man loses out on contact though, but there's an instantaneous clap back. Inco all on one, and the vital signs are plummeting. Power in a better position to close it, and that's what they're gonna do. Al-Haji with the final piece and a chicken dinner for Power.
Looks so different from this team coming into the day. It's not gonna favor Mad Bulls. They've been backed into a corner here, and they will have to literally bull rush it over towards Inco in the end game because they've got all the space in the world to work with.
At this point, they have to command respect from the spirit animal of the organization. The Mad Bulls have to rise up and storm the gates on contact. Inco playing with the lion's heart, further back, knowing how close they are to sinking their teeth into that chicken dinner. It just comes down to the decision making, making sure they can clean up on these fights. They're getting a little bit further forward now, realizing time's starting to tick, things are starting to heat up. Nades being primed as well. The utility usage has been keeping them further back for so long. They just need that clean nade.
The best thing about this is that Nenebete's been so patient on the nade here, popping it away every single time. He knows he doesn't have too many in the back pocket. He can't afford to waste them. But this vehicle play, it psyched them out something horrid.
It's baited out the face, low HP back, causing the rotate in, trying to double up, seeing if they can group together and focus fire. The nades could still be important, and that's the big one. Strikes first, Mad Bulls, the Lanimals, here on the stage. Are they about to crumble? Be silenced by Inco. You've got the edge now. Seize the initiative and push down. Ooh. There's the clap back. Tulika, we've said he can light them up something fierce, and that's what he does again.
Vitali over the top side might spot him. Tulika steps up, gets the frag onto him. Just one player left alive.
Here we go then. It's all down to the hell in the cell. See if they can clean up from this point. Inco, you played a good game, but it might crumble away in the dire straits they're left in. Trapped behind the tree. Low HP on the two Mad Bulls. Just got to hit those clean shots. Paranoid to peak. Takes the first. Claps down as well. And Inco, the survival of the fittest as the Lions on the stage take the chicken dinner.
Crazy game there from Inco, from control of all Brazil. Two players completely exposed the high ground. I'm putting a big question mark on that.
They could have just moved so slowly, but instead they just tried to full send it with the vehicle and got punished. That is Talon out now, and Vampire are just watching this happen from up top. Beautiful shot, though, from Nenebete. That was huge.
Only one player remaining for Inco, and it is Nenebete, able to land that shot. It's going to be good news. 3 players alive for Vampire, but only 2 active. Power have been biding their time with Inco trying to make that play and it not really working out. They've been given a lot more of an opportunity here, but Tony K moves forwards into a linchpin position. Vampire have got the res now, and they're playing on the high ground.
Alhaj has the MG3 too, full level 3'd out. This man is ready to go. He doesn't have quite a few 7.6 bullets left, but he has a full mag, and that is going to help him out big time. Meanwhile, Nenebete being a thorn in the side of both of these teams.
Oh, I thought that might have just bobbled over, but no, it goes a bit down the hill.
This is stage 8, by the way. This zone's going to go about to nothing.
I think you're right. I think it's going to go pretty close. Tony in the middle for Vampire. And how much more iconic a Vampire style can you get, right? Yesterday, not great. They are starting to ramp up the pace, right? They're gathering their shadows around them.
They are ascending from the shadows here right at the last moment, right when it counts. And here comes Papa Blue, folks. This is it. The zone is now going to go all the way to the middle, and that is Inco out. We're down to the final 2 teams. Power have the low ground, but they have an extra player. Oh, and 2 knocks. That is how you get it done. Vampire are in trouble.
1 versus 4 for Tony K. He is pretty good, but I don't know if he's that good. Needs to start out strong with 1, but that's all he'll get. Tony K goes down, and Power clutch it out with a chicken dinner. Held on the northeast side, stopped anyone from moving around, and able to clinch it in their home ground.
Oh, the crowd goes wild. You couldn't ask for a more clutch moment because this team desperately... He needs a little bit more points to make sure they make it into the finals. So he's playing so quiet right now and giving Alpha 7 so much false confidence. Nice knock there. 2 knocks from Alpha 7 onto Mad Bulls. And I think that is going to be it for them. Only 1 player up left. Mad Bulls just weren't able to get it done.
Oh, the crossfire between Alpha 7 and Boom was just too much to bear. He is still there, and they still don't know. He's in the circle with a little bit of cover. A knock over towards Power is huge for Alpha 7. And they are starting to rack up these points as well. It is not just Boom who's come to play this one. Still, they're on 14 eliminations. Yummy with 7. Half of the team's tally.
Oh,
There it is.
Cardoso finally pops up, gets the knock and flush onto Revo. Here comes the drive on in. Is he able to get that second knock? He doesn't. And Carrillo finally takes him down. That's a dozen eliminations right there. A huge game for Alpha 7.
Up to 69 points, and add those three
Power.
at 72. Power now with a chance. 3 players alive. Getting a knock over towards Carrillo means 2 players for Alpha 7. Boom, looking to insert themselves into this one. A big game necessary. Rezi over and in to safety as well. Behind that buggy, has to fall back. Pondbit spotted by
huge.
Gridan. Finds the spray, finds the flush. A nade over the top might just be enough to find 2. A double knock comes through from Rezi, and that is huge news for Boom. More on the tally. 18 eliminations. They're looking to break records.
18 eliminations so far. There's 2 more to go. Can we see a 20 elimination game? That is a 30-point swing if they get it done. And Alpha 7 are on the back foot. It's looking too good for Boom Esports. Here comes the pressure. The nades, the Molotovs, the zone is starting to close. Alpha 7 know they're hurt. They have to hit an incredible shot if they want to make this happen.
Mafioso down. Now it's McGrellin. The only thing that's going to stand between them and Boom rolling over the circle. It is bombastic. It is loud. The north side of the road rolls on down, and Boom's hopes stay alive.
Boom goes the dynamite, baby. 20 eliminations and the chicken dinner.
Ball's maybe going down here. There's a challenge over on the far side. Fleeke, with a nade in hand, actually backs the player on the high ground for Harame Bro off and usurps him up onto this position. Interesting turn of events, but not going to be in the next circle. Has managed to get away from under the pressure. Eliminations needed for this team right now. With the 5 eliminations they got, there are 55 points. Remember, 69 is the bubble. If he wins it, and I grant you that is so unlikely to happen. But if he wins it, that would put them up at 65. 69 is the bubble, which means that he needs 4 more eliminations. And with a chicken dinner, they win the tiebreaker against Reject, which would put them over the top. But, as I say, it is so unlikely. It's basically out of the question.
But we know we've seen the impossible before. Can we see it here live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia?
It's
the
a challenge.
PUBG Mobile World Cup. Fleeke down to 10% HP. That buggy is beat up. He has to jump out. Goes for the spray. And that is going to be the Mad Bulls miracle run ending right then and there.
That is a little bit sad, but I didn't expect it to happen. He just kept teasing me with it all the way until the end, and that is unfortunate. Harame Bro going up against Team Liquid now to close down the final match, as we're going to isolate our top 12 teams at the end of this. Dish out that fat Millie. Over the top, Harame Bro setting forwards a little bit. 1 player down. Can they get a trade? Doesn't look like it. Not just yet. Finding those shots, but not quite connecting. Another goes forward, but Ayala does fall. 2 players down now for either team. It looks like Team Liquid trying to stay alive with only 1 player remaining. Cardozo with a chance around the monster truck.
1v2.
Trying to give him the do-si-do, and he gets it done. Team Liquid close us down with the final chicken dinner of group stages. Our top 12 teams locked in. Reject, breathe, a sigh of relief. Woo! As Mad Bulls can't quite make it